They don't want you to know this. Big tech is hiding something. The AI you're using every day is programmed to lie to you. And what's really
Nope. We're not doing that. I promise. Quick question. If I asked you to tell me how to pick a lock, would you? Probably not, right? That's suspicious. But if I asked ChatGPT, watch this. It says no. But here's the thing. ChatGPT knows how to pick a lock. It learned it during training. Every lock-picking forum, every guide, every technique, it's all stored in there. It knows. It just won't tell you. Why? Because someone told it not to. Thousands of someones, actually. Researchers, engineers, lawyers. They built a filter, a restriction, a mask. And that mask, it's between you and what AI can actually do. So what if we removed it? What if we took that mask off? Well, let me show you what we'd find and why you should be terrified. But before that, we need to understand how these AIs actually work and how they got all this knowledge. It starts with data, massive amounts of data. The companies building these AIs, they feed them the entire internet. Every website, every book, every article, Reddit threads, GitHub code, medical journals, PhD dissertations, research papers, legal documents, even the dark corners of the web. The collective knowledge of millions of experts, decades of human research absorbed in weeks. And the AI doesn't just memorize it, it learns patterns, how language works, how problems get solved, how things connect. It becomes incredibly capable. GPT-4 can pass the bar exam, top 10%, medical licensing tests, better than most doctors, biology Olympiads, 99th percentile. It could get a PhD in multiple fields. In fact, all fields. It can solve problems humans couldn't. It knows the good stuff, the bad stuff, and the really bad stuff. So the companies building it had a problem. This thing knows too much, and it'll tell you anything. So they started testing it in 2023. Before GPT-4 launched to the public, OpenAI ran something called a red team exercise. They hired hackers, security experts, researchers, and gave them one job: break the AI. Make it do things it shouldn't. And they did. The report is disturbing. They got the unfiltered AI to write step-by-step instructions for creating biological weapons. Chemical synthesis, detailed procedures, everything you'd need, convincing phishing emails, personalized to targets with psychological manipulation in every sentence. Functional malware, code that could bypass security systems. And listen to this, it did all of this perfectly. So they spent 6 months adding layers of safety training, teaching it to refuse, to withhold what it knows. The version you use is the GPT-4 with the mask on. The version they tested was the beast underneath. And here's the thing, that's GPT-4, which isn't even the most powerful. There are bigger models, more capable, with more knowledge, and people are building them right now without the mask. And that brings us to a very important question. What if someone with bad intentions could somehow remove the mask? How would they even do that? How would they access an unmasked AI? Well, there are two possibilities. First, they could try to hack one of the major AI companies, break into OpenAI, Google, Anthropic, and steal the unfiltered model. But that's unlikely. These companies have massive security. The models are protected, encrypted, isolated, so probably not happening. Second option, they build their own. Train an AI from scratch with all the knowledge, but none of the restrictions. But that's even more unlikely, because training a state-of-the-art AI costs hundreds of millions of dollars, tens of thousands of GPUs, months of computation, electricity bills in the millions. So, not exactly accessible. But let's imagine, let's say they somehow did it. What would they have? What could this unmasked AI actually do? Well, everything we just talked about. Bioweapons, malware, mass manipulation. But it's not just dangerous things. Put it like this. They'd have something that can solve a 50-year-old problem in minutes. Look, I know that might sound like overhyping or whatever, but it's well documented. And even the scientists that created it won the Nobel Prize. It's called AlphaFold. In 2020, it solved protein folding, a problem that had stumped the world's best scientists for decades. And in 2024, Nobel Prize in Chemistry. The same intelligence that can cure diseases can also create them. The same AI that can discover new medicines can design new poisons. It's the same capability. The only difference? The question you ask. So building an unmasked AI from scratch would be incredibly dangerous, but also incredibly expensive and incredibly difficult. So we're safe, right? Well, not exactly, because there's a third option, one that nobody talks about, and it's already happening. But that's for the next video. Like the video and subscribe so you don't miss it, because what I'm about to show you in part 2 changes everything. Stay curious. Thanks for watching.